Hello. How's it going, guys? How's everybody doing? Hope you guys are doing very well. Hope you guys have been extremely profitable within the market. Currently, right now, today is July 2nd. I do understand we have a holiday coming up. With that being said, I just seen a trade that came across to me for us me on the internet, and I pretty much just want to share it and hope things pretty much go in the favor of the direction that I think it's going to actually go into. Then again, I go by two types of names. It's going to be Hello US Trading, and I've been stuck with that name because when I first started TradingView, I just typed that name in, kind of being silly, saying Hello US, but it's pretty much have been stuck with me. Also, I go by BYC, but for us, the YouTube channel, check it out. It's going to be Hello US Trading. I think it's Hello US, one of them. Long story short, I came across an article today, and that article is going to be the Wall Street Journal. And within the Wall Street Journal, I came across Tyson, Tyson, Tyson Foods, which is here. And I came across this article. It's kind of interesting. Here. So you guys get the opportunity, man. Make sure you guys actually go back and check that article out. And this article actually came out July the 2nd, 2023 at 11 a.m., which is going to be actually this morning. So with that being said, I already pretty much have all my notes and everything listed down below. I want to actually read it to you guys. And then too, I guess I have now like a level how I'm doing things for us, what I'm gonna talk about throughout the entire trade. Well, one thing I haven't done, I have not documented the trade, and I don't want to be too long. I kind of want to make this pretty short. So pretty much I'm looking for TysonChicken to go to the short side. That's pretty much what I'm looking at. And I'm gonna read this. I'm not gonna read the entire article, but I'm going to read the things that I feel as if it's going to cause TysonChicken to go to the bottom side. So pretty much what's going on, Tyson Food is to drop non-antibiotics ever. And with that being said, you guys can see the logo right here, non-antibiotics ever. So pretty much as of now, they're looking towards to dropping this off of their packaging, and some of their foods is going to consist of antibiotics, I guess you would say, to be able to keep down a certain diseases that chickens can actually catch. So let me actually read it. I'm not being accurate in that area, but I'm going to read a little of the article itself in general. That's pretty much on the Wall Street Journal. Okay, so and also too, just to give you guys like a concordance of what I'm actually doing, I'm going to talk about the news first, which I'm actually talking about now. I'm going to talk about the technical analysis for the rising channel that I see within the charts that is actually trading at. Then I'm going to also talk about an ascending triangle, and then I'm going to talk about the trade, the entry, stop loss, and take profit of this particular trade. This is the actual photo that's listed in the Wall Street Journal of the article. And with that being said, let me go ahead and read some of the information. Tyson Food is reintroducing certain antibiotics to its chicken supply chain, will drop its non-antibiotics ever tagline from Tyson branded chicken products. The move will involve drugs that are important to human health and will apply to all fresh, frozen, and ready-made products under the Tyson brand. The Arkansas-based meat company said in a statement to the Wall Street Journal, the measure will take effect by the end of the calendar year. The antibiotics that Tyson plans to add to some of his chicken's diets are known as, I think I'm trying to pronounce it right, enophores, I think it is. People familiar with the matter said enophores are used to control disease in poultry and called coccidosis, I think it is. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a trader, man. I'm not like I'm not a scientific guy at all. And the illness coccidosis are considered by the World Health Organization to be medically important for treating human illness. The move will require Tyson to remove the non-antibiotics ever label from the affected products, they said. So pretty much they basically saying that they're going to introduce some types of antibiotics is going to, I guess it'll get rid of some of the diseases that actually come in the chicken. That may be for its packaging, that may be for its housing the chickens, whatever it is. But long story short, they're going to have to drop this label, because then if they actually have this label on their packaging, it kind of breeds a form of false advertising. So with that being said, I personally feel, now this is just me personally feel, I could be right, I could be wrong. Then again, guys, I'm not a professional trader. I've not went to school for this. I'm just sharing what I think is going to happen in the marketplace, and I'm just sharing what I think is going to happen to this marketplace for this particular stock, which is Tyson Foods. Okay, back to business. I personally feel like this was a moat for Tyson Chicken. I really, really think this was a moat for Tyson Chicken. And then two, and we'll go into this soon. Tyson pretty much just had a nice significant drop on earnings. Now, when you read an article such as this, it makes you feel as if by them actually removing this tagline, I feel as if this was one of the most significant things that made them stand out in the marketplace by saying no antibiotics ever for us, everybody that pretty much was a not necessarily fan base, but people that actually bought the products, I feel as if it really does damage the brand overall in total. That's enough for the news. I hope you guys can get to understand where I'm coming from with that. You guys let me know down in the comments what you guys think. But I feel as if it does do damage for us, their brand, and also for us it being their moat. So another thing I want to share here, I'm going to go into the technical analysis, and the Tyson has a major drop on earnings. And with that being said, that is right here. We're going to shoot this over to the left. Let's go ahead and go to the daily real quick, the daily chart, so we can go ahead and see this huge drop that Tyson had. All right, which is going to be right here. This is a significant drop that Tyson had. I haven't studied any reasons why this drop was a major. I'm just going to say they did bad on earnings. As you can see, it went from 59.65 all the way down to 49.21. I feel as if that's like a huge drop. And with that drop, it only took, I think, like 3 days, it says. Well, 4 days. No, that's going to be 5 days. 5 days is pretty much a drop only consistently to like 5 days. And it finally found a form of support around the 47. Let me go ahead. It found support at around 47.11. That was the support of that. So with that being said, that was the actual drop on earnings. That was a drop on earnings. They did very bad on earnings. And pretty much as of now, the stock has been trading in that area, pretty, redundant right now. So let's go back to my notes. Okay, we pretty much have covered the significant drop. Okay, let's go to a more technical. Let's go to the rising channel that I actually seen. Okay. So now, in order us to do that, we're going to go to like the 5 minute. Let's go to the 5 minute. Take a look at this channel, and I may have to actually zoom out. I may have to go to like a higher time frame so we can get the fullness of the entire channel in general. This may be okay. All right, cool. We'll start from here. Okay, as you can see, long story short, Tyson pretty much has developed a nice channel after the fall of earnings. And in this particular area, it had found support at 49.21. Now remember the drop after the earnings was like 49.11, I think it was. So that's pretty much like 11 cent higher from the drop. I think it is. Yeah, 47.11. So this rising channel has been going on, if I'm not mistaken, for the past 3 days, as we can see. That's going to be hold on. Yeah, okay. For the past 3 days, it's going to be the 28th of June, 29th of June, and then the 30th. Okay. Now, another thing too, you guys know, I think the markets, 4th of July is actually coming up soon. So pretty much it has been trading in this channel for the past 3 days. And the support was 49.21, and the highest it pretty much traded was, I think, 51.20, which is this area right here, 51.20. And we can go here. Highest, yeah, 51.20 was the actual highest. Now, long story short, as you can look into this inside of this channel, and you can see, once again, let me go get a path real quick so we can kind of chart this thing out. Yeah, let's grab the path right here. Okay, we had support here, came down, went here, came down, back to here again, went way up, came here, went here, came here, stopped there, broke. Okay, we broke that. All right, then we dropped way down. Then we came up. Well, I think that was wrong right there. But you guys see it, okay? I'm just going back and forth so you guys can see this. Okay, cool. So pretty much as you can see, it bounced from 49.21, went here to 49.80, and it just continues to keep on going. But if you notice here, the dropping patterns actually got tighter, 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 tighter. And now, as you can see, it seems as if we have reached the top of this particular channel and we're starting to fall out of the channel. Okay. We're starting to actually fall out of the channel. And another thing too, like I always say, I practically trade with two supports and two resistance when it comes to a channel. So I can pretty much see when the price is actually is falling out of sync of the pattern for is it actually going up and down. What if it's going to go up and down at the bottom of the channel, or it's going to go up and down at the top of the channel. But as you can see here, it starts to actually fall outside of the channel, which is the solid line will be pretty much support one, which is the very last level support, and the dotted line will be the support two. It will be support two of the channel. Then secondly, another thing is the very bottom of the channel is the strongest, okay, for support. And as you can see, it's practically just been falling, 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 falling. It has started to trade outside of that particular channel. Now, what I want to do, I want to actually go, I want to undo a lot of this. I want to undo all this. Okay. I think we just did it. Okay, I think we undid it. Okay, now, as we can see, at 51.20, it started to pretty much trade outside of the channel that was developed. And the higher it go, the more it continues to bend out. As you can see, it's not trading in the inner core no more. It's actually falling out. It has no form of support for it. It's showing no strength of actually continuously going up. Now, with that being said, there are a couple things I actually see here. Let me go to my notes so I can pretty much stay on point. All right, we talked about the channel. Okay, the rising channel. Rising channel has developed in the past 3 days. The start of the rising channel started at 49.21. The ending of the rising channel ended at 51.20. And along with this, the subtraction of the two leaves you around like a $2 difference. So with that being said, I'm not sure if this. I'm looking forward to actually go to the downside, but I'm not sure if this move to the downside will be more than actually $2. So let me actually go back to my notes. Sorry about that. All right. The next thing I noticed with inside of this, after the failure of the rising channel, I noticed an ascending triangle is starting to develop. Let me go ahead and read that. Bull activity is showing weakness at the price of 51.20. After the ending of the descent of the ascending triangle, it shows price action favoring the downside. Okay, I can most definitely go into that. All right, which is this right here. So let me actually get a nice zoom in of this, and I can pretty much discuss this, and then I go into my trade, my entry, and all that. And I'm quite sure there'll be a couple of things I may miss on here. Okay, so pretty much as you can see here, now as the channel has been broken, we now have this area here. We can say that it's pretty much consolidating here at the top, but pretty much I feel as if this is the weakest. Like the price itself is actually losing um, bullish activity. It's pretty much losing. And with that being said, we can look into here. We can zoom in real close. I want to show you guys something that I see. As you can see here. Okay, another thing too, I pretty much had made this as a tip, but we're seeing rejection at the tip. And another thing is it has shown no bullish activity to trade within this inner core. All we know, we had a rejection right here. We had a rejection right here in the inner core of this channel. I'm gonna clone this again. And then it's another rejection here. We clone this one, and then we have another rejection here. And as you can see, it's just pretty much it's starting to trade the resistance to the high side of the price action. It's starting to trade outside of the channel itself in general. It's starting to reject. It rejected here. Let's clone this. It rejected here. Then it came down, went here, rejected, came all the way outside, even kind of it broke past the main level support here of the channel. Came here, rejected. And as you can see, it's just starting to decrease and it's starting to fade outside of the channel from continuously going up. So with just this alone, now remind you, now you see this ascending triangle right here. And I guess we'll get back to the article in a minute. As you can see, this touch here, it's touching, it's touching, it's touching, and all of a sudden, it pretty much just falls out. So what I want to do, let me go ahead and get like a marker. That may make things a little more easier so you guys can see what I'm looking at. All right, so for example, right? For example, up, and see, as you can see, it was trading here at first. Let me kind of zoom all the way out. If you notice, there was always a cross. It crossed this, hit resistance, crossed, went back up from resistance, and then hit support. So it always crossed it and it always came back. But now it's starting to reject. And another thing too, the candles are getting very, very small now. The candles are getting small. So it's showing you that there a lot of, I guess you say institutional buying. I guess you say that's a very popular word. A lot of people throw around in the trading area. There's no interest right now for as them buying in this particular area. It's like the interest is small. So with that being said, what I'm looking at now is this this ascending triangle. This ascending triangle right here. Let me break it out a little bit. From the top side, it has in rejection. The candles have got extremely small. And you also see breakage at the bottom right here. This was the beginning. And as you can see now, this trend right here, it hits off of this one, drop past this one. It broke support. And now it hits here, right at the tip. And now it's being rejected back to the downside. As you can see, most definitely right here. Okay. So with that being said, now what I'm looking at is, I feel as if as of now, TysonChicken is running out of bullish activity. Along is running dry of bullish activity, along with a bad article, you know. And I pretty much feel as if this is now headed to the downside. Now I most definitely could be wrong, but my prices that I'm looking at taking a 5 contracts. But I most definitely want to wait till we come back up to 51.20. This will be my entry right here. I'm gonna go get a short position real quick. Where my shorts at? Short position. I'm gonna look at an entry at 51.20. And I want to come right here. I want to try to catch this like this. That's how I want to catch this. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I'm gonna catch it. All right. So 51.20. I'm looking at being my entry. I want to re-enter here, but when price comes here, let me go ahead and set an alarm. If price comes here, I'm gonna set alert once bar closes, correct. All right, so I want to look at an entry here. I want to ride this all the way down 5 contracts. I want to ride all the way down. And now this is an area too I need to watch most definitely. I want to watch the $51 break because it may come back up, retrace, and then come back down. I want to pretty much catch 5 contracts. I want to take 3 contracts once it hit 50.69. I'm going to keep 2 runners. And I'm hoping that those runners will pretty much continue to go to the downside. Now, after I collect those 3 contracts with those 2 runners, if those 2 runners hit 50.63, and if I start to see a turnaround in this particular area, I'm going to go ahead and get out of the trade. Now, the reason why I have 50.69 and 50.63 as the area is because I see this peak over here. I feel as if this peak may be a area of conflict for me with the trade right here in this area right here. These 2 peaks right here, I feel as if may be a form of support. These 2 peaks, that's pretty much what I'm looking at. So that's pretty much my trade, man. Due to the negative, I guess I ain't gonna say negative. Due to the article, I feel as if it's going to pretty much breed a bad behavior to the stock. Due to the rising channel, the ascending triangle, pretty much as if you can see now, the channel has already broken down. Now the ascending triangle is also trading to the bottom side of the ascending triangle. Then we have a bad news article. That's it. I only have 22 seconds left. That's my trade, man. Be sure to follow and let me know what you guys think. And this most definitely will be on YouTube. Stay blessed. See you guys on the next one.